how did your journey into DJing and music production begin? So actually, when I first started, before starting music production and DJing, actually I started playing music in a very young age at around 4 or 5 years old. So my parents got me to play keyboard, and so I learned keyboard for a couple of years back then. And if I have correct memories, I started playing drums at the age of maybe 6, 7 or 8 years old. I'm not sure. And then in 2015, I finished the Yamaha music school for like the lessons. And actually, if I want to keep going, it would be for professional purpose to become professional in as a drummer. But then I stopped there. I decided to finish my high school and get my degree, and then study, go to university, and I studied event management actually. But I kept on going with playing music. I still have my band. Back then, I still play with different other musicians, and we just making bands and play here and there in around Bangkok. And so the reason why I started music production, so actually before I became a DJ, I started, I learned and I started music production before. And so it was actually because of COVID. This is why I started music production. It was because of COVID. And yeah, because no more band, no more, like everybody is quarantined, staying at home. And so I was like, okay, how can I make music by myself? There must be a solution. And then this is why I discovered, oh, okay, music production, this is what those professionals do. They make music by themselves. They create the drum patterns and beats, and then they make bass layers, bass line, and then they make some of them can even sing, so they sing on their own tracks, and play chords, keyboards, lead. Some play guitar, so they play guitar and make a song. So this is why I learned that, oh, okay, that's actually how they do. And so I started music production back then. So from around 2019 to 2020 until now. So it's been 6 years now that I'm doing music production, having a musician background. And and then, so the reason why I became a DJ is actually because I was like, right, okay, I have many tracks now. How can I showcase my tracks and play them? I was thinking like, okay, like the band, musical band members, the group, they will go to a gig, play in a venue, and they will play a song or a whole set of songs that they practiced, or whatever. And I was like, okay, there must be a way that, as a producer, there must be a way that we showcase our craft. And so I learned, oh, they they are actually also DJs, so they DJ their own tracks. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I brought my first DJ controller. Back then was I got a DDJ 200, and then I upgrade to DDJ 400, and now I'm running on CDJs, and I play here and there. And so yeah, it's pretty cool. This is where I came from, someone that loved music since such a young age until now. I still live for music, doing my best to stick with this passion. And so yeah, this is my journey, where it began. So What genres or sound shaped you the most in the early days? So the genre and the sound that shaped me, it's a bit complicated because back then I didn't know much about like the world of DJ and house music and stuff. I didn't really know much. So what I used to do back then is brought I collected well my savings, and I brought actually many synthesizers. Actually, most of them are like old school old synthesizers, like the Groovebox Roland MC303 and the SP. I had the SP 606 super rare. I don't know how I found that, and I would collect those hardware synthesizers, including well, I still have my keyboard, and right now I'm using the MC 101, and so yeah, is to say that back then I collected a lot of different musical hardware, and I was very experimental. I did a lot of experimenting, just creating funky, weird beats, and I was quite into lo-fi also back then. I was all over the place, to be honest, and only now I actually, with experience DJing as well. I didn't only learn that oh DJs play their own tracks, but actually they mixed. They play a bit of both, and so. That's what I did, and I became quite in love with house music, and so I am now focusing on house music. I make organic, or you can say Afro house type of tracks, and I also make tech house and house music in general. So yeah, I am still lean towards being sounding experimental, and so yeah, this is a little bit of my story. It's hard for me to explain because I was quite all over the place. I was trying so many different sound designing and creating such funky sounding music. Only until now, I think okay, I found my own path, and even now I still consider myself quite experimental, not a fully commercial house music. I don't just make that. I still consider myself quite experimental, using my hardware and playing with sound design. So yeah, I hope this answers the question. How would you describe your sound today, and how has it evolved over time? So it's a little bit what I already explained. So I was into like creating music from so many different old school hardware, and it didn't sound actually that good. It sounded quite muddy because old synthesizers, and you can even hear the noises coming from those old amplifiers. So so how I would say, if I describe my sound today, I would say that I'm quite funky. I'm quite still quite experimental, organic as well, because like I have a drummer background in drums and percussions. So actually, I have a Roland HPD 20. It's a super sensitive percussion, and you can create so many different kind of sound. Like you can play with djembe, it's djembe conga. You can play with bongos sound. The sound is actually so amazing on the HPD 20. So I'm running this. I would say I'm my sound today is more organic. Yeah, I think this is a good description for the type of sound that I am making now. Can you walk us through your workflow from idea to finished tracks or DJ set? So for me now today, actually, I learned to be more productive whenever okay, like boom, today I open my laptop and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a track. I try to focus myself on not overcomplicating the track because with experience and watching other people, other music producers, they say that it's more important to keep less instruments, less sounds and processing effects, VSTs and plugins. It's better to keep it simple, minimalist, and because I from what I have learned actually is that the more you use and even adding more sound to your track is not a it's not totally equal to sounding good. It could actually make it sound muddy or messy to your tracks. What I mean is like it's more important to keep what is important to the track, the idea of the track. And me personally, that's how I do. I don't go over 15 15 channels. I don't go over 15 channels for any of the tracks that I'm making. Or actually, sometimes I would go, yeah, maybe a bit more, maybe 18, maybe not more than 20, I would say. But this is counting the bass channels, FX bass and drum bass and stuff. Counting all of that, I don't go over 20 channels because I think that if I put more and more and I try to put more, I mean, I would say not if the idea of the track is already good, it doesn't need to have anything more. It's like painting. If the painting is already nice and you see that you don't have to add anything, you can call it finished. So you don't have to work on things that nobody will notice. All the small details and adding more layers of sound, texture, and if nobody sees or well, for music here, those things it's not important and it's probably gonna cause trouble to your mix. And so my workflow every time I make my tracks is I try to finish it under 2 hours because those are the peak creative time. I read through that they call it the flow state. So it's where like your dopamine and all your creativity is at its peak. So that's why you have to like go for it, and creativity. It just sometimes it just comes unexpected like this, and you have to find your way and make it happen. So yeah, the lesser time you spend on a project, in my opinion, the lesser time you spend on a project, the better it will be because you're gonna be focusing on the idea of the sound of the tracks and stuff. You will find the samples and flip the samples or whatsoever much faster and much easier and easy for the listeners as well because the overall idea is there. So this is my opinion. This is how I would do. And for my DJ set, I honestly try to. Well, I now lean more towards house music. When I say house music, I'm not only staying in the official term of house music. I play Afro house, organic house, deep house, tech house. All the subgenre of house music. Because I like to call it myself more of a house music artist when it comes to me DJing, and But I am keeping myself quite open-minded because I know if you play at a venue, especially if you do a opening set until maybe, depends on the venue, they want you to stay until a certain time, and like customers are starting to come, so you need to go a bit more commercial. So I know I have to, every DJ needs to be open-minded, that like, yeah, we have to be flexible and play a little bit of everything, have a bit of everything prepared. Okay, we are not perfect, but at least we can keep the dance floor going and warming up the room. So it's quite important. Even though I lean more towards house music, but I still open my mind into open format. How does DJing influence the way you produce music and vice versa? So honestly, DJing influencing the way I produce music. Actually, this is a pretty good question. Well, actually, where I came from is the other way around. I started music production, then I DJ, and yeah, I kind of like, right now, if I'm not playing in a underground places, coffee shops, or like some place that is, or like a bar, very underground bar that people don't really care about, like they don't expect to hear anything commercial, then I will play my own tracks a bit more because it's more experimental, right? And so I would say I like to listen to tech house or house tracks and try to kind of reverse engineer. But I don't. Every time I produce a track, so okay, I like. Let's say I like this track. Those certain tracks, I like them, but it doesn't mean that I'm sticking. I'm gonna use them to reverse engineer exactly those tracks, because it's pointless. It's like you're trying to copy an artist and sounding exactly like them, but it's a bit sad because like, for me, what I see is, since we are an artist, why not be unique our own way? If you try to copy someone else, then you just becoming them, which, well, there's already someone at their shoes. I mean, those artists are already putting their names and their music out there. So like, why would you sound like them? So for me, if I would DJ, I would, yeah, I would try to get close to those tracks, those artists, producer, but not 100%, because I want people to realize, oh, this song is unique. I like someone Shazam and won't be able to find, like, wow, what is this? This track sounds very analog. What is that? Well, who made it? And the person behind, boom, it's me, or it's this producer, or it makes things super interesting. So I would say, yeah, can use those tracks as reference, but I think to stick and stay unique is still quite important. And I just try to picture my tracks that, okay, like it's something that can be played, and that's pretty much it. I don't really overcomplicate anything. So yeah, next question. What's been the biggest challenge you've faced as an artist so far? So far, the biggest challenge that I have faced, music production, I won't say it's a challenge. Well, every time you open your DAW, it's already kind of a challenge, right? Because like, it means that, oh, you have to finish the track. This project, boom, you create a new project, right? Okay, you create a new project, you have to finish the project. Even if the music is bad, you don't feel like doing it, finish it. So I won't count that as a challenge, because I think it should be part of us. I think we shouldn't be thinking about it, right? But my challenge, I would say, it's more as an artist, DJ. more towards DJing. It's more challenging because you have to read the crowd, read the venue. Okay, this venue, what genre people are listening or other DJs are playing, and you have to try to stick to the flow, or like the theme of the night or whatsoever. And sometimes the challenge is that you will have well, always customers asking you for like a request. Oh, can you play more commercial, something that we can sing? Or I personally had that a couple of nights ago, and it's a challenge. They don't ask you for this specific music, or they don't understand that, okay, like us DJ, especially if we are like a record box DJ, we play with USB, and we cannot download music on the fly, especially on the older equipments, older CDJs. We Well, unfortunately, many people don't know DJing and don't see it as a job, and something that is actually difficult and challenging. Is we have to face those kinds of requests, and making the venue and everybody happy. It has always been a huge challenge, especially, well, I want to pass this message actually for DJs who just started. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy to be a DJ. You think that, oh, you see the big successful DJ, they go on tour, they earn so much money, this and that. Yeah, but most of them probably went through a lot, and it's not easy. They started from scratch until here, and I don't even consider myself as a super successful guy. But it's always a challenge, to play in front of a crowd and making sure everybody is having a good time, because you are the entertainer. As soon as you start to mix, you're the on the spotlight for the whole night, and you have to nail it. And this is a challenge. I would say DJing is more challenging than music production, because you can choose to not play your tracks at certain gigs, which is kind of like saving yourself a bit. Because if you play your tracks and like nobody can sing, nobody know it, then yeah, you're probably gonna face even more challenge this way. So yeah. Next question. Is there a track, set, or moment you feel truly represents who you are as an artist? So actually, I made a track that it's in my album now. In my album called "Deep in My Heart." The reason why it's called "Deep in My Heart" is because the first track I made in this album is called "Deep in My Heart," but the second track is called "Isaan," which actually I think it represents me completely well, because the idea behind this track is I mixed Thai style instrumental with an Afro house type of beat and structures. So the song is actually super simple, and it's kind of like mixing two genres into one. And so actually, well, with my DJ name, which is my artist name, I would say, which is DJ Lu Krung. Lu Krung actually in Thai means halfy, because I am actually half Thai, half French. And this is how I want to put myself out there, is that I am mixed. And tracks like this, actually, I think I will make more tracks like that, because I think it's super unique, it's super interesting, and I just think that Thai instruments have a lot of potential, and I like to mix those two, and yeah, this track is quite awesome and is representing me quite well. What are you currently working on or excited to release next? So actually, working on, I won't say I'm taking a bit of a break, because I did like 20 tracks non-stop. Every day I'm making a track, or maybe I just take a pause one day and then I continue the next day. Some days I would do two tracks, like 2 tracks in one day. I was really crazy. What I would say I'm excited is that all those tracks are being released on Spotify and everywhere else. Honestly, this is what I'm excited. I have so many tracks coming. I think I have like 18 in total, 18 tracks, and they all sound quite unique. I like them a lot, and I think it's a good representation as well because each track is very unique to us artists. I'm like mixing different genres and taking samples from completely different genre, but you slow it down or you make it faster and then you squeeze it into a tech house style music or something. It's just like a very creative work, and I'm always excited to do this kind of stuff. But for now, I'm mainly excited to for all of those tracks to be released. Honestly, if it's completely released, then I'm gonna be super happy. Next, last question. What advice would you give to DJs or producers trying to find their own voice? So, I would base this question, like basing the answer on other music producers and DJs that I follow. I'm a big fan of James Hype because I like him a lot. I followed him since he didn't even played in a festival yet. He was like still underground. I was following him back then. I mean, in a very early stage of his career, and I respect him a lot. So the message that I want to share is something that he also shared, and also many other DJs and producers share, is that you have to make your track. You have to, if you're a producer, if you lean more towards music production and DJing, I would focus on this because I am one of them, and maybe for the viewers that is watching can learn from this. But again, this is my opinion. Is that my advice would be just make tons of tracks. You never know which one will become super successful and everybody gonna love and listen to it. Just keep on making. The thing with music production and DJing, it's not only quality, it's also quantity. You have to make tons of it. It's like it's like you try to practice math or learning new languages or whatsoever. You have to do it. If you don't do it, you don't have enough work hours in those skills. Then how do you expect yourself to become better at it? You need to spend a lot of time just mixing in your room. Okay, like you're not playing in front of a crowd, but if you don't have that opportunity, at least master your skill. It's so important. Master your skill. Same for music production. Master your skill. Just do it. Just keep on making tons of track. There might be bad tracks. Nobody would like it, but at least maybe you will like it. Or actually maybe someone will like it. But just make a lot of bad tracks. Just keep on making, release them. I was not even scared back then. I made bad tracks, but I put them still on Spotify, and I shared and everything. But yeah, now I remove and I put a new one, and you can always do that, so it's not a big problem. But it's quite important that you have to keep going. It's just like any other job. If you stop, if you feel discouraged or unmotivated, maybe this is not for you, or maybe it's not truly something that you like. But if you truly like whatever you are pursuing, especially me with music production and DJing, actually, for me, my passion is music in general. I just love sound. This is really me. I'm a sound guy. I love sound no matter what. I know small things and here and there about sound. I can fix speakers, and I have experience in those kind of works, making XLR cables and stuff. Anyway, me, I'm a big fan of sound, and I don't see myself stopping this. And I would say, if you have this mindset, then you're more likely to become successful at it. People will see, oh, this guy is dedicated, he's specialized in this and that. Then people will see, and we'll be like, oh, yeah, we should get this guy to do this for us, helping us for this and that. And if you don't put yourself out there, then you stop your passion, you stop your work, then it's finished. And next chapter, what else you're gonna do? If you don't stay consistent, then it's gonna be very difficult. So my advice is basically this: it's just keep going, fight for it. If you don't fight for anything, then it's part of life. If you don't fight for what you love, if you don't fight for what you want in life, then you won't get it. This is how the universe, or this is how the universe works. If you don't fight, whatsoever. Right, I don't want to go spiritual, but that's basically the reality. Is working hard at something, and you will always achieve it. So yeah, I hope I'm answering all the question correctly, and I hope I hope this is useful for a few people who are listening to this explanation, and a little bit of me sharing my experience with music, and my passion. And yeah.